Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are gonna be doing the May weekly setup. This month I really have to get really strict with my budget and everything, because if you guys haven't seen my May budget setup, I'll link it up in the card above. It's the month of struggle, so that's what I'm gonna forever call it. And basically what that means is that I will be dipping into my emergency fund to fund some of the bills or expenses that I have because of April's lack of, work that I had because I was recovering from surgery and not being able to use my hand. So this month I have to really be strict with everything that I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and put here the expenses that I will be tracking. So it'll be food, and spending money will be purple. And I really love how this is looking like. It's so pretty. I love the color of May that I chose. Then I want to go ahead and put gasoline here. And this one hasn't been as bad because I haven't been going out, but it's getting up there sometimes. And then right here, I will put for laundry. And last but not least, we would have unbudgeted, or if anything takes part of the miscellaneous category. We'll go with orange. So I'm gonna go ahead and track these items for the month. So since I haven't spent any money yet, I'm only gonna clip this on, and then we're gonna move on to the weekly check-in, which will be right here. And here is just basically the layout that I will have for when I start spending anything. If I get Zelled anything, I'll add it on here too. So go ahead and put this beautiful washi. This is May washi in flower or purple burst. And I just love how colorful this kit came out. It's just so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and lay all this down and be right back. Okay, so this is how the weekly check-in is looking like. Now, currently, right now, if I go into my cash envelope system, I have $11.95 as a buffer. So the categories that I'm writing here is food / spending money, gasoline, laundry, and unbudgeted. Those are going to be the categories. Now for the cash that I have on here, that is, rollover, I'm going to put that as my buffer for unbudgeted. So for unbudgeted, I will have $11.95 to spend from. Now, like I said, this whole category right here is going to be $400. So I know for sure $100 is going to go towards gasoline. I think I said $270 for gas, and I think it's $30 for laundry. That's going to be it for this week's, or like the entire rest of the month spending. So this, I'm gonna have to like slowly but surely break down like how many times or how much I can spend within a week. I know for gas I usually spend pump $50 every 2 weeks, so I just have my gas tank filled, so I know I won't need to pump gas maybe until like maybe week 2 or week 3, and then again maybe for week 5. So I'm always really good about gasoline. I know laundry, it's gonna have to happen sometime this week, and then I think I would be good for the rest of the month because I just do one big entire load of clothing, and that lasts me for the rest of the month. Food and groceries, or just takeout, that's usually the one I struggle with the most. So if I want to survive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, I have to stay within $54 in a week of spending, which is kind of really hard to do. So that's always iffy. But however, like the only way I've managed to, you know, stay afloat is that, you know, family or sends money through Zelle. So I'm like, let's say I'm struggling, they're like, oh, here's like 10 bucks, 15 bucks, 20 bucks. That keeps me afloat. So I'm always grateful for that. So just right now, I was sent 15, and I'm gonna go ahead and just go and spend that like on like some type of breakfast, you know, like here, have some money to get you some breakfast. So that's always nice about this. So that is what I'm gonna be working with for the rest of the month. If there is any other like deposits, like I said, I will go ahead and add them here, but for now, this is what I will be working with for the rest of the month. So now that we have that out of the way, I want to go ahead and do my sinking funds and my debt update for you guys, because that's always something that I want to always have, you know, be transparent in. So let me grab some washi and I'll be right back. Okay, so the first one is always going to be my debt. So I've been on a debt-free journey before. If you guys have followed me from then, you guys know that I had paid down almost about $35,000 in debt. And I think it is about 3 years that I managed to do that. However, with lifestyle changes, going back to school, and now dealing with the IRS, my debt has come back. Now, I'm not in the best position right now to make big debt snowballs. So I feel like I'm more in a relatable situation when I first started my debt-free journey, where like money felt super tight. It was always nerve-wracking to like know if I'll have enough for the next month and so forth. So I feel like it's like deja vu all over again. And it's not a bad thing or anything, but it's just like it's like, okay, I've gone through this, I've survived, it's okay. I'm like, along the journey, it gets better, your money frees up, and you know, you go through changes, whether it's with income or not, and you know, we just deal with what we have to. So here I am again, starting a new debt-free journey, and it is what it is. So the first one is my IKEA credit card. This one has a balance of $184.74. And if you guys are new to the channel, when I do my debt tracking or like my debt journey, I use the Dave Ramsey plan. It worked for me because tackling the smallest debt and seeing that go away helps me mentally to keep going, but also it takes away those pesky small bill dues that kind of eat up at your income. So I always enjoy doing a debt snowball. Of course, there's always the debt avalanche. There's always like the budget mom method. There's always, all these gurus have their own methods. But this one is the one that I've frankly just been able to stick with and stay motivated with. And anywho, this card is always due on the 2nd of the month, with a minimum payment of $35. Now the next one that is kind of going head to head with my IRS tax bill is my student loan, and this one has a balance of $3,782.12, and this one's always due on the 6th or the 7th of the month. And this one I have a monthly payment of $160. So this is literally all like my personal debt that I have. Now, tax season came around, and well, let's be honest, I don't feel like paying all that in one shot, especially with how my month is going. So I've decided that I wanted to sign up for a payment plan. And it was so weird because on Instagram, I had always seen, I forget who it was, I think it was Money and Memories, where she always had like her debt consisted of tax debt. And I was like, I didn't even know you could, you know, do that in payments. But when they offered it, I was like, you know what, instead of paying it in one shot, let me do it, let me make it in payments. Let me do that instead. Let me have IRS debt. I'm like, who cares? Because at this point, I was like, May was a struggle bus, but when I'm better, I'll just pay it off. So this is the one I have next, and this is for the year 21. That's what I have due. But anywho, the how much I owe the IRS ended up being $3,461 flat. That's how much I owe them already on the top, on top of already having paid like quarterly taxes, you guys. You know what? Yeah, it is what it is. Anywho, could have paid it in full. However, with how I am right now, I don't want to pull that money out just yet. I don't have a due date for it yet. And I know I have a minimum payment. I just forgot what it was. But I think it's like $100. And y'all, I didn't know that you could be on a payment plan with the IRS for like a whole ass 5 years. I think that's what he said. And this is with like everything included. I think that's what he said. So I was just like, I was a little shocked. I was a little shocked, you guys. I'm like, however, I'm not going to take 5 years to pay this. Let's hope not. I'm hoping like, you know, my situation with like income gets better just because now I'm like back at working. But Lord, I'm like, that is, I've never had to owe the IRS before. I usually pay them in full, and you know what? I'm not gonna be shamed into you know, feeling bad for not paying them, because you know what? I pay too many taxes as it is. So anywho, so in total right now, my debt is $7,427.86. And Lord, is that a... I feel like I'm back to paying off my car. I think like when I was on my debt-free journey in 2021, I think in June or July or something like that, this is what I was left with paying after like my student loans. I feel like that was exactly the amount that I was paying. But currently, my minimum payment for just bills on debt is $195, because I'm yet to have to pay my 2021 taxes, or the remaining part of it. So that's still a lot of money. $195 is almost $200 that comes out of my pocket to pay for debt. And you think you would learn your lesson, but here we are again. But I mean, student loans, I can't fault it. I want to change my career, and the only way to change my career is by pursuing accreditation to be in that field. So not much I can do there. Like literally there's nothing I can do on that part. But anywho, moving along, let's go to my sinking funds that I have in place. These are just sinking funds that are in my bank account that I haven't touched. I don't add to it, but they're there. I haven't added to them since last month. So these are just the balances that are in my credit union for when the time arises. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this here. Now, one of the things that I could do, because if you guys saw my my budget for May, I am gonna go to Disneyland, and I do have a vacation fund that I can pull out what I need from it. Now the balance on that is currently at $434.44. That is what my vacation fund is on there that I can pull out for going to Disneyland. So that is one of the ways that I can avoid that from pulling out from my normal budget. The other one that I have is Yaya's 15 dress. My sister says that she is also saving for it, but I'm just gonna keep at my rate that I said I was going to fund for the dress. So just in case something happens or they need to use that money for something else, I do currently have $440 for her dress. And then I have my medical fund, and this one is pretty low. It's at $65. Since I haven't been going to the doctors that much. I mean, I usually just go for like updated checkups on like my anxiety and stuff, or like prescriptions. That's usually when this comes to play. But anywho, that is everything that I have for sinking funds. And that is how these two pages are gonna look like. So we have my May calendar here. my setup for like when I'm gonna start tracking my expenses. We have my debt, sinking funds, and transaction log, and we also have my weekly check-in. Now I do have my monthly budget, and the last thing that I want to go ahead and do here is put my savings, like my emergency fund update here. So like I was saying, I'm gonna be using my emergency fund to, you know, survive May until I'm back on my feet 100%. But I still want to be able to track where is it that, or like where, from where I'm pulling these amounts from. So this is my savings tracker. And I'm going to go ahead and put this here. Now I do have 3 savings. I have my shop savings, personal savings, and then I have my emergency fund. However, since my personal savings is basically just like a quick buffer in case some expense comes out and I need that extra help, that's there. So it's not a lot. My emergency fund is a lot, and then my shop savings is for taxes that I'm saving or paying for quarterly for the year of 22. So I don't really touch that, and I learned my lesson based on how my taxes went this year. So right here, all I'm going to do is put emergency fund, and I haven't put a transfer date yet. It might be today or tomorrow, but currently the amount that I have, I should put like beginning. I should fix this. I need to like redo my savings tracker. But currently in my emergency fund, I have $7,622. So that is what's gonna happen. This is gonna be my beginning balance, and then once I start pulling from there, I'm gonna write my description of it. So that is how that's gonna go, just like that. And there we go. Now my budget planner is fully complete with all the pages that I actually need. So it's looking pretty cute. Monthly debt, sinking funds, weekly check-in, monthly budget, and my savings expense tracker that's gonna go here. All right, let's see how I pull this off. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully you follow me along my journey on the struggle bus month of May, and we get through it together. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in my next video. Bye, you guys.